Lovely compositions here. Today the light's very different, as you see here. It's much softer and quieter. And yesterday I really pushed the colours, and some might feel the painting I did yesterday was too strong, maybe too overt. But I feel that I wanted to capture the monumentality of the building and the very bright, strong French light that day that was shining through and across it. So that's what I was going for that time. This time it's going to be much quieter. There's hardly any sun at all, there's hardly any shadows, which I prefer to have when I'm painting because I like a bit more colour. But it may come out as I go along. But it's more overcast, although it was meant to be sunny. It'll do. I'll have a go at this one now from the other side of the chateau against the light, with the flowers behind. I have to reuse this canvas. I'd done a bit of drawing on it earlier for a cruise scene, but decided not to do that one. The first thing I've got to do is draw over this and see if I can use a green pencil so I can see the different compositions. As I was saying, much quieter, greyer day here. You can just see my drawing in green over there. I didn't want to have to reprime it. Got time for all of that. So we've got a much softer light today. So we'll make up a nice yellow ochre, soft yellow ochre mix first of all, I think, to begin my sky. And we're going to be working between that and actually that yellow ochre mix comes quite well into the building, come to think of it. I might have to be a little bit more silver. We've got the wind today, it's a much stiller day as well, so everything is totally different today to yesterday. This thing is just to get an underpainting done, I think, today. Drawing underneath is a bit of a nuisance, but we'll lose that as we go along, hopefully with a few coats of paint. So a totally different painting, totally different light to yesterday. Much softer colours today. Which you may prefer or you may not, but each painting should be different. Every one I do will be a different light, or it should be a different light and a different mood and atmosphere and time. Now the sun's coming out, so everything's going to change again because I'm going to be against the light. Which is going to adjust things quite a bit. Of course it'll make things darker against the light, which isn't any easier for me. It's a very silvery sky at the moment. I'm going to paint a lot thinner today to start off with, just to get the washes built up, and then we'll start to hit it more strongly. It's burning away this cloud at the moment. Hard to know what the light's going to do. I need a bit of body colour into it, so I need to put more white in to cover this better. The sun's really suddenly shining through, and I need that to disappear more again today. I'm meant to be painting much, so if the light changes too much, makes it so difficult for them to have problems because I've really got a lot of sun coming through. It's going to be at the back of the canvas, so it's not going to be easy for me. I just kind of have to carry on painting at the moment with it at this angle unless I turn the whole canvas for you. I don't intend doing that quite yet. The values have all changed with the sun coming out. I may have to turn the canvas sideways on this way so I can see it better and you can still see it. Right, I'm going to have to turn the camera so I can actually see it, because I can't. I really can't at the moment. Let's do that. Try and paint it from this angle and hope I don't get in the way for you. I may do a little bit, but we'll see. Say the sun has changed, so I need to be able to get at it and work over these colours, painting against the light. So I've got to be aware now of these darker colours coming into here. I like to keep to pure colours if I can. Not that keen on starting to glaze like I'm doing now. See that bit of green coming. Right, sun's gone again. So now we're back to our mid-tones and Chateau de Puy Guillon. Complète, lumière, différent, par le soleil aujourd'hui. It change le tableau. And we get all of these lovely variety of greens just starting off in the background at the moment, just to cover my canvas and help me to find the colours later. Soft mid-tones. I really have got to do something about this sky. Just work on that now. In between warm and cool, very light yellows appear. The light is just so different today. Very mottled sky, so I want to just mottle this in with the greys, using just water and paint thinly to get this mottled effect if I can. Totally different light, just shining through between these clouds. Lighter in places than others, of course, as you would expect. Mottled sky, so different to the bright sunny one yesterday. Sun's coming through again, changing everything again. Change tout. What I'm going to try and do is capture the light at the time it changes. Constantly changing, constantly adjusting. Lumière est trop différent.
Il y a trop de mots. Le ciel n'est pas très gentil avec vous aujourd'hui. Le ciel n'est pas très gentil avec vous aujourd'hui. Mais vous aimez bien le ciel gris?
Oui. Je parle pluie, c'est le problème.
Oui, c'est déjà ça, oui.
Non, j'adore la couleur doux. C'est doux maintenant, c'est pas fort. C'est bon.
C'est dommage que la porte soit... Les volets soient fermés, là.
Oh, c'est ok. Okay.
Parce que, comme je ne couche pas ici ce soir, alors je ne veux pas les ouvrir.
Ok. Non, c'est pas grave pour moi, merci.
Oui.
C'est joie. Look who the bell flower were. Put some of this cool in with the warmer colour to make the warmer look warmer. So we're playing rough against smooth, light against dark, warm against cool. And a lot of the time. Even got a bit of bluer sky coming up through here I'm going to have to look at in a moment. Just very, very blue and hinting up there. There's a wee bit of this blue coming in up here. It's stronger amongst the clouds. It's a wee bit greyer over there as well. Got it too grey, let's see, no, that should be alright. Grease come off there into there. Come on. Doesn't take much on the brush, just a little touch to change these values over here. Takes a bit of working out, all of this. It's, especially these colours that are against it here, they're quite dark places here. Difficult to know just what colour to put on. And the light's totally changed again, it's just absolutely disappeared. But I think I've got enough of my sky done to carry on modelling, which is important. That a bit. Come back down to here and look at the light down here as well. It's gone very, very pale and cream now. I've got a lot of work to do on little details here. Dark against the light, now much darker. Let's just look back at this wall before I go into a smaller brush. Totally different picture to yesterday's. Absolutely couldn't be more different. So build this up. And what is important here now, we've got to start painting in some of these branches that I'm hoping will be much darker here. Yes, beautiful. That's what we want to be doing. People like detail for some reason. They seem to think just to paint detail in itself is a very clever thing, but not really. It adds, different textures will add, of course, yes. Rough against smooth, light against dark, warm against cool, I keep saying. because it's so important. And here we're putting the light against the dark, and we're off against the smooth as I bring these lovely branches just through here. Little branches and lines going on through here that I need to pick out. There's so much going on there, but too much going on there in fact. I shan't want to paint all of that in. Yes, it certainly pushes one in a different direction again. Little flat square brush for these windows. Don't want to be painting all these details in too much. Not a photographic work, but we just do want to get the ambience right. So a few little details just to pick out some points, that's all we're going to do. And then we'll start trying to get some of these flowers in if we can find the colours. Look at some of these lovely bright colours, if we can get some of those in now. There they are. Before I do much more on these flowers, I really do need to get some of this sorted out on the wall in the background here, because it's gone far too light now. Back there. Oh, so it's taken me 2 hours so far. It's about right. This 20-30 normally takes me about 3. In fact, I really do want to do with this annoying wall, which doesn't seem to be solid enough. Let's pick up some paint and have a little go at this area here, which I can't, when in this light doesn't quite work. And I'm not decided what colour we're going to use yet, but darker than that for sure. This wants to be a lot heavier. A bit more glazing into it maybe. Well, we're getting there, bit by bit by bit, on a very different day. Just these little bits of detail that I can do today because I've got time. We've even got a lovely bit of mistletoe going on over here as well. No wind at all, so this time I've got time to dot the I's and cross the T's for a change. So it's a much duller, deader painting than the one yesterday, but it's a different purpose, a different time and a different atmosphere and light altogether. To get back each time to see it now, back to that stage. Now I'm getting tired, but I'm not surprised after all this, really. So I think it's time to try and sign it. Small brush, petit pinceau, CJ, because we do need to come into here a bit in places maybe. The shadows there. A bit more commercial maybe this one, not so exploratory, but as I say, each time I paint I want a different time of day, and that's what I've got here. Mess about with it too much. To reach over at the moment because I've taken my palette to one side so I can do the signature. The sun's come out again, which of course will change everything again. It's a pretty little painting, bit chocolate box, but very different from yesterday's, of course. A little more flash pink here and there maybe. There we go then, that will do it. So let's take a look at that, compared to the real thing. This is what we've just been doing. And it'll need to be photographed with the light on it now. There we go, a very different scene as to yesterday when I did that really strong, powerful blue sky and the sunlight reflecting off the very towering sculptural chateau. Here, the other side, a much more delicate picture, in a half light.